All right. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you for joining us for another virtual town hall. Today is Wednesday, August the 26th. I think this is a big day for many of us. Um, I'm sorry, this week is going to be a big day for many of us here in town. We have school starting tomorrow. Select students will be attending the Yellow Springs schools in person. So if you are out and about during those times or live in that area, expect to see a bit of pickup in traffic, both vehicle traffic and folks walking around, as we will have school children, select number of school children starting school in person tomorrow. This is with the Yellow Springs schools. The Antioch School will also start opening its doors next week. They have a staggered admission, so some students will arrive in half day sections at the Antioch School. Before I continue, I want to do a quick recap of where we are with the numbers. As of today, in Ohio, we're at 117,584 cases with 916 cases in the county. In Yellow Springs, we now have an additional case that we're tracking, so that puts us at 2 cases here in the village. We've got a couple of announcements on government operations. One, I'll start off with the school closing. I'm sorry, the pool closing. Schools reopen this week and next week. The pool closes August 30th. So if you have not had an opportunity to stop by and take a dip in our pool, this is your last week to do so. So please get out there. If you are not a swimmer and you happen to see one of our many youth that have made a safe and successful pool season for all of us, please, if you see them, thank them. We will put out an announcement with our names, formally thanking them. We could not have had a successful pool season without their commitment and their dedication to ensuring a safe environment for them, for themselves, and for all the pool users. So thank you to all, to our pool team. They've done an amazing job under the circumstances. I want to remind our residents that we do not allow block parties at the time. So no block parties. We have received word about a potential concerts. I have been in conversations with one of the organizers, and we want to be supportive, but we also need to ensure that the safety of their band participants and our residents are considered and any set up for the event. So as that date approaches, they're looking to do a musical concert, safely physically distanced, on September 5th. So we'll be working with that group to ensure that whatever does take place is done so in a safe manner. You might have seen that our digital boards or digital signs at the entrances of the village, that they have been removed. The primary message on those digital signs is the mask mandates, the expectation that masks are required in the village. As you know, the mask mandate and requirement is now statewide. So the digital signs were designed to make sure that our visitors and residents were aware of the expectations. Since the mandate is now statewide, we no longer see the need to continue those signs. It also, the remove the signs coincided with a couple administrative challenges that we were facing. One, that two of the signs needed to be relocated onto another project. And so we would have to secure two additional signs. And we thought that by not continuing to use those signs, we can reallocate the limited financial resources we have in other areas of the pandemic response. Some of them, you might have heard me last week talk about repurposing our youth center as a center, as a learning center to host school children who do not have a conducive learning environment at home, or would benefit from a safe and welcoming environment here at the John Bryan Center. So we're looking at that possibility, and there'll be more to announce in the coming week. All right, on Halloween, we started to get inquiries about Halloween trick-or-treating and bonfires. We are taking the proactive step of canceling our sponsorship in the Halloween events. We do not believe that we could do the candy distribution that we normally do under these circumstances. So we will be canceling that activity for this year, along with the bonfires. All right. Joining me tonight is Police Chief Brian Carlson. Chief, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Josue. Good evening, everyone. We're happy to announce that the police department has now distributed over 1,000 meals to local children. The police department also assisted in helping place one of the homeless individuals that we've encountered within the past few months. I believe we still are dealing between working with 7 to 10 that we know of. And if you assist anyone or find out anyone has needs, please contact the police department. We will gladly step in and help any way we can. I want to give a couple of shout outs tonight. One for Florence Randolph, our community outreach specialist. She assisted Antioch College today in the new student move-in. Florence, we greatly appreciate that. And you are loved. A specific shout out to Sergeant Naomi Watson, Officer Paul Rafool, and Officer Paige Burge. I think, folks, if you were keeping up with local news, you knew that we had several loaded firearms that were stolen from residents, and they were able to facilitate a warrant throughout the hours of the night with the assistance of Springfield Police. They recovered 2 weapons. They were not the ones that were stolen, but we did get some weapons off the street, in addition to thousands in the value of drugs. And we really appreciate your efforts. Also, I know there's been some questions about the crowd on Dayton Street at some different evenings on the weekend. We are working with that group. It seems it's getting better. Please don't hesitate to let the department know if you see those kind of infractions. We did have one arrest. It was not related to masks or social distancing, but we did have to facilitate that. It was for a violent crime. And a big shout out to all of the people that have been bringing positive messages into the police department. Those matter. We appreciate those more than you know. The cards, notes, the thoughtful gifts coming into the department. Your support has been amazing, and I can't thank you enough. That's it for us, Josue. If you have any questions or you folks are concerned about anything that you're seeing out on the streets, please contact us 767-7206, and we will gladly try to assist any way we can. Thanks, Josue.
Thank you, Chief. Also joining us is Florence Randolph. Florence, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Josue. I just like to say it's been a pleasure to have been able to serve the free and reduced lunch students and families throughout the month of August. We will be delivering our last meal to them tomorrow. And then next week, it will revert back to the school to provide the free and reduced lunches. We also have been able to assist 7 families with the grant monies from the Community Foundation to help with housing, and 3 of those also with utilities through the CAP program. So if you know of anyone who is in need of help with their rent or utilities, please make sure you have them call 937-767-3716. I just want to throw a shout out to Melissa Heston, who has been instrumental in continually helping us to provide whatever it is we need practically. And she was able to secure some $25 gift cards to all the new students at Antioch through the Community Foundation. Thank you, Melissa. And thank you, Community Foundation. And I'd also like to shout out to Sandy and Angel at the credit union, who've worked tirelessly to make sure all the applications are put through for the people to receive the grant money for their rent. And thank all those other people in the village who support us, who donate without acknowledgement to our programs. And we're just happy to be able to serve the village. Thank you.
All right, Florence, thank you. And thank you to so many community leaders and organizations that have stepped into where needed and to help us deliver services for all of our residents. So thank you for all that you do and for your continued support. Fire Chief Colin Albin is not able to join us tonight. He had urgent business matters to attend to. So he's not joining us tonight, but he will be here next week. So we miss him already, but we'll see him next week. All right, I think that covers all of our messages. We'll now turn over to Philip for questions. All right, so we have a question already. Let's see. All right, Brian, I think this one would be for you. Have there been any fines for repeat offenders not wearing masks?
The short answer is no. So we've been doing very well working with folks that we are called about or we see, providing masks, educating as well. I think, as we all know, the area along Dayton Street has been difficult. So we're managing that, and I feel it's been doing very well. If anyone sees otherwise, please call us right away, and we'll have officers over there as soon as we can.
Thank you, Chief. All right, no more questions. Okay. All right, we don't have any additional questions. So I think we may close it there. If you think of anything, please feel free to reach out to us. We are accessible via Facebook and online. You can also email me directly or call my office. And Florence has also made her phone number available. She's doing a great job of connecting our residents with services they need. And that number is 937-767-7206. I want to comment on something that Florence shared, and she said, don't hesitate to reach out to us if you need assistance. I heard of a story today of a resident that needed assistance and felt shame or whatever it was that for reaching out, and we don't want people to feel that way. We are here to help. We're not here to judge. Things happen. This is an unprecedented time. So if you need assistance, whatever it may be, do not hesitate to reach out. So with that, I want to say thank you. We're here to help. Have a good night.